to the channel. So it's a slightly different video from the normal ones, as I've been asked a few questions around my MDT XRS and the paint job that has been on it in previous videos, which was green. As you can see, this is currently tan, and the color I'm not particularly happy with, so I'm actually going to repaint it the green that I have been using, and take you through the process. So to keep the YouTube gods happy, what we're going to do is talk about each step, then I'll stop recording, then I'll do the step, and then you'll see it as we progress, and then paint it, and then put it back together in a similar fashion. So first step that we need to work through is obviously taking the forend covers off. So these are held on by 3 bolts on each side, and then taking off the black MDT section here, which is held on by 2 bolts. So with those bolts taken out, the 3 in each side of the forend and the 2 in the middle piece, we've now got the forend completely exposed. And the next step is to remove the pistol grip, which is again 2 bolts on each side, and then we'll take out the cheek riser, remove the spacers and butt pad from the back. With the cheek riser, spacers and butt pad removed, we're just about ready to take the final 2 pieces off. So this is a combination of screws as well as, in some cases, bolts that go all the way through. So we'll take those out, and then we'll be able to separate the 2 halves of the rear from effectively the aluminium chassis. When you're taking everything apart, don't forget to undo the QD sling bolt, which slides through, and also down the bottom here, if you have swivel studs with slings, don't forget to take those out as well. It'll take a little bit of wriggling to separate everything out, but once you've got them separated apart, you'll end up effectively with these 5 key components, and the 4 brown ones are now ready for paint. So here we are in my high quality paint studio, also known as the garage floor. And I've got the 4 pieces sitting on wooden blocks just to get them off the floor and make it a little bit easier to move around them. And we will be using Rust-Oleum camouflage in dark forest green, which has a nice matte finish, running probably a very light coat initially, and then we'll do a heavier coat to ensure that everything is covered, and finally giving it a quick spray with a clear coat, but in a matte finish, so we don't get that shine. Paint appears to have dried nicely with quite a even coverage. So now just time for a shot of clear, and then we'll be back to reassembling. Right, so we're back from paint and ready for reassembly, and with this version of the paint job I have used the matte clear, so it's actually given it a bit of a darker finish, and a couple of minutes later we're all back together again. And then there's a bit of a side-by-side comparison. On the wall we've got at the top the XRS chassis, which is just painted in the deep forest green with no matte clear coat, and at the bottom we have the chassis we've just reassembled, which is also painted in deep forest green, but with the clear coat.